Hello friends, thanks for joining me in today's lecture.
The next set of block is data block, and we have seen it two types. So I'm going to use the first type, the local data type. For that, I'm using the available API in Terraform. So I'm going to, what I'll do is in this section, I'll try to archive or zip my existing file. So for that, I have used data, the name of method. What I'm going to do it, I'm going to archive it, type, it is going to be zip format or any other format you want. The source file, there's a two things, source file and source directory. If you want to zip entire files under a directory, then you can put the source directory name. But for me, I'm going to have a source file and I will reference to the related one. So path.module slash path.module is basically uh, it is the reference of current working directory. For it is very simple command like current working directory. So in this case it will be pointing to this eproject code of terraform working directory. So this is basically very similar to the working directory command. So I'm saying path.module js or index.js. So what I'll do is I have to define the output path as well. So I'll say path.module slash output. The create, delete or update, while data part is for only read. So if you look at here, resource is looking for three part: first keyword, then API method, and then the name of identifier. Now it looks like this. So what I'll do is I'll create a new directory called js, and we'll have a file defined as a index.js. And what I'll do is I'll comment out all these files because it is not required. So what I'll do is I'll get it commented and we'll try to run the data. Let's close it out. I'll get the new console open. Terraform on it just to make sure everything is already up to date. Okay, so if you noticed here, I'm using data archive, but this provider is missing from here, from this block. So what it does is it found the setting has been changed or the code configuration is dependent upon some kind of a providers, right? So what it does is try to download the latest version of HashiCorp archive. What I'll do is just to tell you how the Terraform init works, I'll just quickly delete this one and I'll comment out everything and I'll just run the Terraform init once again. Now we are only looking for AWS, so we have seen, and it will try to delete it now. Initializes. It is initializing basically. And after that, once it is done, what I'll do is I'll uncomment the data archive part to see while I'm running plan whether Terraform let me know about any setting changes or not. So what I'll do is I'll just enable it and I'll say Terraform plan. What it says is plugin reinitialization required. Please run Terraform init because it found some kind of a setting change. So it asked for Terraform init because we are using Archive, which is another provider. So it has to download into the local system to perform those operations. So now it is going to install these things, but the AWS is already installed, so it's going to skip it. It's going to use the cache version, but for the archive one, it will download it from the registry, from the Terraform registry. Now we have it. We will run the Terraform plan now, and we'll see. Okay, so it's saying Terraform has compared real infrastructure and found any configuration no differences because it is going for the runtime and there's a no resources block. So it says there is nothing to be done on the infrastructure side. So there's no changes at all. So now I'm going to run the apply command to make it as a proper. I want to get it executed, so I'll run the apply command because the plan command is just only for get the dependency resource dependency graph to get the actual idea what is going to happen with this script block with your actual resources, and it will compare and it will provide you the basically dependency graph. But the actual execution happen when you say Terraform apply. Again, if you haven't watched the command video, then I would encourage you go and watch about the command so you better understand what command is used for which action. So the significance and its real you can understand about its significance and its use cases. So this code block has been added as it is just a local state. It hasn't done anything, or it is a read only basically. So that is why it is complaining no changes either in create form, update form, or delete form. If you look at here, the output.zip is created, and what I'll do is I'll go into the path here where it is my code is there. So I'll go to the folder and we'll see whether it has the right information or not. I'm at the right place. Here you can watch it here. I'll extract it here. You can see the index.js is extracted. So this way you can use the data, and we will discuss this data resources in detail when we start with the actual implementation of AWS. This is all for today. Thanks for your time. Have a good day.